Decorating Fanatic here. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. Well, I'm super excited because you can see we're going to be making some gnomes today. I think they're so much fun to make and easy to do, so I cannot wait to share with you guys how to make them. Now in front of me, I have a few of the supplies you're going to need. Now I went over to the Dollar Tree. You can really get most of your items right from the Dollar Tree, so it makes it very inexpensive. Now I was trying to find this little sock here back at my Dollar Tree, the little white with the blue snowflakes with this little blue on the end of the sock there. They didn't have any more, so the only thing that I could find are these little socks here. Now they have the little characters on there, which that's okay because that's going to go to the back. So what you do with these is I'm going to use this side over here, cut this for the body, and then this part that's plain, I'll use that for the hat. So I picked up this brown color, and then I have this blue one, which is pretty good. So it's kind of like a check. And then I have a leftover real pretty sparkly blue sock that I found over at the Dollar Tree. And then I came up with this one here, this green one with the little red. I can have a little red pom-pom at the end there. So these are going to have to work. I didn't find any solid colors, but you know, all the Dollar Trees are so different, so you don't know what you might find over there. You're also going to need the little twine over at the Dollar Tree. I used the little twine over here to tie off his little pom-pom here, and over here on his little mitts, I used the twine there. And then again, Dollar Tree, you can pick up the little rubber bands, and we're going to be using those to tie off the hat and his little mittens here. And then over at Kirkland's, I found these little ornaments that I was going to use for the little gnome for his shoes. I think these are really cute. Now they're priced at $7.99, but when I was there, it said starting at $4.99, and of course I only saw the price that said $4.99. So that's what I thought they were. So when they rung up $7.99, I was like, oh, do I really want them? They're kind of expensive at $8. And she's like, oh, I'll go ahead and give them to you for $4.99. So I'm like, okay, perfect. I'll take 2 of them. So I picked up those because they're going to be the perfect size to put on your gnome, the little shoes here. And then over at Joann's is a great price for the little beard material, the little fur here. This was priced $2.49. Now this is folded in half, so you do have a little bit more here that you can get a couple of these out of this material to make gnomes. And then I picked this up in white for $2.49. So I thought that was a really good price because on their website I think it actually said $3.49, but when it rung up $2.49, and then I got some like extra discount, like 20% off my total purchase. So that was really good. Now over at Walmart, I picked up some of these little what do you want to call them, ornaments. We can use these for the little embellishments. So I thought those were really cute. They're $1.98. These also are $1.98. Of course, I've used some of them. And then I was at a yard sale the other day and I found a couple more. I think I maybe paid a quarter or 50 cents for them. So I thought, oh, I might as well get some more. These are really cute. And as you can see, I used them on the front of this one and dangled one on the side here. And then over at Hobby Lobby, I picked up the little poinsettias here. Not sure what I'm going to use those for. Maybe I'll do one on his hat. And then the little bells here, if you wanted to add a bell on the end of your hat. These were at the dollar store. And then you're going to need your hot glue gun and some glue sticks. You can get glue sticks over at the Dollar Tree as well. And the only thing we're going to use the glue for is his arms. That's the only thing you're going to need the glue for. And you need a pair of scissors so you can cut your socks. And then I like to use a cup. It makes it easy. You can take the sock and fold it down in there, and then you can pour in your rice. And then you need a bag of rice, or if you have anything else you want to use, maybe some marbles. I think they have the little flat rocks over at the Dollar Tree as well. And then you can pick up this stuffing. I got this over at Walmart for $3.97. You get this huge bag. This is going to go a long way. You can see I've already made a couple gnomes and I barely use any of this. And this is what we're going to use for his hat. And I think that's everything that you're going to need for your gnome. So let's go ahead and let me show you how we're going to do this. Well, I decided I'm going to use this green sock here for my gnome because what I want to do is use one of these little poinsettia embellishments on his hat. So I think this will go real nicely. So the first thing you want to do, which I already started to do, but I think these scissors are left-handed because they don't cut very well at all, and they came from the dollar store. So all you need to do is pick up one of your socks, and right where the heel part is, you want to cut there. And then you're going to take the part that you cut off, and let's see, right here. And this is going to be used for his body. So what I like to do is put the sock in a cup it'll make it real easy as you can fill it with your rice. So what I'm gonna do is get my rice out, and then you're gonna need a little rubber band, because we're gonna end up, we're gonna tie it off once we get enough rice in there that we want. So you can make your gnome as big or as little as you want. It just depends on how much rice you want to put in there. So what I like to do is put a little bit of rice in there, and then you can pick it up and take it out, and then you can just go like that and you can push it down. Okay, so that's what you're going to do for the body, and then you can put it back in your cup. Well, now I have this pretty full, so what I'm going to do is just pat it down on the table a little bit, and then get out your rubber band, because we're going to tie this off right here. And you could probably do it about 2 times. And then if you want, you can go ahead and cut off some of this extra material here. And then the next step we're going to do, we're going to take, and I'm going to use one of these little mini bulbs that I got from Walmart, and I'm going to use that for his nose, so that's going to look real cute. Now I can put it probably right here, and all I need is my hot glue, and then we will put his nose on. So now I'm just going to attach his nose with the hot glue. Just like that. And just hold that for a few minutes onto your sock. And that's going to be his little nose there. And there's another way you can do his nose too. If you don't make it super tight on this material and you know that you're going to use this here to make a nose, you just grab a piece of the rice, you know, like a little clump, and just form it into like a little nose, and then just tie it off with a rubber band, and you can make your own nose just using the sock as well. So the next thing we're going to do is, now what we're going to do is we're going to put his beard on. Now, I don't think he's as big as the other ones here. You can probably use a full sock too and make a bigger gnome and fill that with rice, and you'd make a big one. So you'd probably use a pair, you know, 1 pair of socks, because you could use one for the body and you could use the other sock for his hat, and that would work perfect. Well, the next step we're going to do is measure our little material here that we're going to use for his beard. Now, you probably just want it to curve just around his nose a little bit. So I can probably get away with cutting it right here. And I'm just going to make a straight line cutting it. And it, you know, you can make this as long as you want, depending on how you want his beard to look. You can cut it at a triangle if you wanted to. Now what I'm going to do is on the back side, so when you cut it, because I made the mistake, I went straight across and cut the fur so it looked like a straight line. What you want to do is get up under the material here, so you're not cutting the fur part, and cut this. That way you have all that extra that hangs down below. So I did pretty good there. So the next step we want to do with his little beard is we're going to make a little cutout, which is going to be for his nose. So you can wrap it. So you can find the middle, and then just make a little curve with your scissors. Oops. Just a little curve like that around there, and that's what's going to go around his nose, and it's going to look like this. So it's going to go up under there, and then we're going to get our glue out, and we're going to glue his little beard on. So I'm just going to take my glue gun, and I'm going to put a little dab of glue just under his nose right there. And then we're going to attach the fur underneath. Let me get this out of the way so you can see. just underneath there like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come back and we're going to put glue underneath here. And then just pull them up tight a little bit. So all you have to do is just pull it up around the sides there and just hold that for a few minutes with the glue. And there you have his little beards on. And then what we're going to do next, we're going to make the little arms for him. And you can fluff out his beard, and we'll do that at the end. We'll fix him up really cute when we make his little arms. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take that leftover sock that you had, and we're going to make his little arms with that. So I'm going to cut this here, because again on the other side is that little character that we don't want. And then I'll cut this here. And I tell you what, these socks are such a mess. There's so much fuzz that comes off of them, and so much of that beard fur too that gets all over the place. So once you get these cut, and these scissors are absolutely the worst scissors of all. So again, we got this little piece of material, and I'm going to cut straight down the middle, and we're going to fold this over and make his little arms. So I recommend getting yourself a good pair of scissors, because these are not good scissors. So there we got the two little pieces of material that we're going to use for the arms. Now all you want to do is we're going to fold these over. And what I like about these socks that are nice about these, because they're so, they're kind of thick and they're really soft, that you don't even need to use any filling in the arms at all. So you can see how already you start to get the look of a little arm. And then we're going to tie this off right here. So let me go ahead and, again, you've got your sock like this. You can fold it over. This is the part. Might be hard to show you on film because you want to run a little bit of glue down here, and then it's kind of hard because then the glue gets on your hand and it burns because it's hot and you're trying to get this to stick right here. And then I definitely want to get this little red part because that's the part I'm going to use for his little pom-pom. I mean, not pom-pom, but for his hand. And just fold it over and get that to stick without burning yourself. So anyways, here's going to be one of his little arms. We're going to fix this up a little bit. I'm going to do a little trimming right here on this side here. Make it a little shorter for his little mittens that we're going to make. But there you have a little arm. So here's what my arms look like. I have two of them, and then you just want to make sure that they are both the same length. See, this one looks, well, I can put that one up there like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the little rubber bands and we're going to make his little mitts. So get out two little rubber bands, and all you want to do is take the part where it's got the red at the end of the material, and you're just going to tie it off like that. And then I recommend you can also, if you need to do something, if it looks like it's too long, you can certainly cut it. And let's see. So there you have one little arm there, and then we'll do this to the other side. And I think this one's longer. So just cut that to even it up to the other one. And again, these scissors are absolutely a nightmare to work with. And then we have another arm, which I'll fix that a little bit better. The other thing you can do too, if you have some material, you can always take the hot glue and glue it right there and just push these together. And then what we're going to do with our little arms, once we get our hat on, Your little arms are going to go right here. Now, the other thing is, I made these kind of long. Again, if you want to shorten them, you could shorten them because, again, if you want them long, then you could have him going like that. You could have him holding something. So we'll see. I don't have anything that I know that I will Christmassy to hold. We'll see. But anyways, I can always cut these and we can just have him have some little arms that dangle right on the side there. So what we're going to do next is we're going to work on making his little hat. Well, I went ahead and cut my sock. So now what we're going to do is take the stuffing and we're going to put some stuffing into the sock here. And I think what I'm going to do first is, what you're going to do is take that little end of the sock here and we're going to make a little pom-pom there. So you can just throw a little stuffing up there at the top and then I'll pull some of it, or basically we can do that first. We'll just put a little stuffing in there first and make his pom-pom. And just when you think you got enough, because again, as much of this stuff you put in there, the bigger it's going to be. So, and then get yourself out a little rubber band and we're going to tie that around there. And there you have the little pom-pom at the end. Super cute. Now you can take some more stuffing and you can put in there for the hat. And what I like about this, like I said before, for some reason these socks seem to stretch. It makes it really nice because, again, I was able to turn this one off to the side. This one's a little small, so I may just, well, let me see what I can do with this one. There are so many things you can do with these little gnomes. There are so many different little ideas. You can get so creative making these. So let's see if I'm going to use a little bit more stuffing. And again, I don't know why I cut the sock, because I could have used just the full socks and made one big gnome, another big one like those. And this one's going to be a little smaller. And then I got a little bit of red on the back from the heel. We're going to use that towards the back. So the next step is, when you have your hat done, then what we're going to do is we're going to put him over on top like this, and we're going to put him on over the nose a little bit, and we're going to glue him down. So let me give you just a little look. So then we're going to get our glue out and we're going to glue the little hat on. And then you don't want to do the sides because we're going to be adding the arms to the side of his hat. Well, once you play around with your hat and you get it the way you want it, we're going to go ahead and attach the hat to his nose. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on top of his nose here. And I'm going to put it like right there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come back, attach his little hat to his nose. And then what we're going to do is we're going to then attach the arms underneath the hat. And you can pull the sides down. And again, just have to play with it and see the way you like it. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue on his arm here, right here. And just tuck it up underneath there, and then I'll go back and I will then attach the hat to his arms, because I think I'm going to have him holding one of the little signs here. And then again, just play around with it. You're going to have to see exactly where you want the little arms to go and make sure that they're the same length. So this one's a little long. So I'll stick him up there and attach the hat. And then again, like I said before, what I like about the little socks, they're very easy to stretch if you get one a little too short. And then the other thing is, I'm going to go back and play with it a little bit. You can fold the material over to get a nice edge. And then I'll glue the hat on there to the arm. And then you want to come around the back and do the same thing and attach the hat to the back. So So I think I'll just fold this over. So we're going to go ahead and put a bunch of glue on the back here. And then I'm going to tuck that over like that and give it a nice little edge there. Now that I got the hat on there and the arms all glued, I went ahead and added a little embellishment, and all I did is use my hot glue gun and just attach the hands, the little mittens, to the little embellishment there. It says Joy. And then what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to use the little green poinsettia. I'm going to attach that to his hat. I think that'll look really cute. And just put a little dab of glue. That's all you need. And then I think I'll put it right there, kind of in the middle. Oops. Oh, that glue. And there you have it, a little gnome. I think he's adorable. He's so cute. Well, the last thing we're going to use is our twine here, and we're going to wrap that around the little pom-pom there and around his hands. So all you need to do is cut off a little bit of this twine and make it long enough so you can make yourself a bow. And then you can come back and you can trim it up a little bit and fix the bow exactly how you want it. And if you want, we can give him a little mustache, and all you need to do is just take and play with the little fur a little bit. Well, I definitely wanted to use these boots on one of my gnomes. So the one that I had made from before, he was done in red, so I thought this was perfect. The red boots will go nice with this little gnome here. So all you got to do is cut off the little string for the little ornament part of it, and then all I'm going to do is put a little glue on the bottom of my gnome. And then all we're going to do is set him right on top of the boots. And get your guy the way you want him, and there you have, well, I'll let him sit there for a few minutes for the glue to hold, and I didn't put that much on him. But there's the little gnome with the shoes, so I think he looks really cute. And then some of the other ones I made, I'll show you. Now, every time I make one, they always come out so different. So, you know, there are so many things you can do with these little gnomes and different ideas for them. You could cut his beard. I'm going to probably, this beard here came from a stocking that I bought at Walmart. So the fur on it's a little bit different. I like this one from Joann's much better because it's longer and you can make a little beard out of his little fur there. But this one, I think I might cut at a little angle, but this is the one I made in red. And then this one I did, which I think this one's my favorite one, this one in blue. I just like the blue color. I think it's real pretty. And again, you can use different colored bulbs. There are so many things you can do with the little gnomes that you can get so creative with. And then this one, I thought I'd make myself a little one for fall. And again, his little nose is used from grabbing the little material on the sock and just twisting it around and then adding a little rubber band. Gave him a little mustache. And then the one we made today. And again, you could even make some legs out of the socks and you can give them some little dangling legs. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial on how to make gnomes. And until next time, happy decorating.